Greetings, greetings, greetings. So right now I'm supposed to be live on YouTube for my very first ever live YouTube, but I couldn't figure out how to make it happen. I kept hearing I think it's Laurel's voice. This is a fine mess you've gotten us in. So I scheduled this whole thing and just thought it would be as simple as Zoom or Facebook Live, but so I'll have to find someone to help me to figure out Facebook or YouTube Live. So my apologies for the inconvenience. So I'm live here now on Zoom, hoping that some of you that set the reminder for this will find your way here. I actually typed into the comments to meet me over here on Zoom. But let's get started on this juicy, juicy topic. And that topic is, actually, let me find the actual promo that I made for it. And while you are waiting for me to pull this up, just type into the comments your just what comes to mind. Do you agree or disagree with the statement? And okay, I'm going to share my screen. Just waiting for that to pop up. Okay, let's click out of that. Click out of that. I have got to start closing like my, I've got to start closing my documents. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. So, okay, I'm going to share my screen. Bada bing, bada boom. And let's see. Okay, so there we go. Let's make this full screen. I think my computer is tired. Anyway. Oh, hello. Can you make it bigger? Okay. All right. So this is called Agree or Disagree. Women who wear excessive makeup are liars. Wow, that's harsh, right? It's really, really harsh. So, so where to begin? So let me just share with you where this came from. So last night, late afternoon or last night, early evening yesterday, one of my mentors actually posted on her wall that she was going to be on Boyce Watkins Live. And the topic was a 5 woman was interested in getting a 6-figure man. So, you know, that's a captivating topic. So I watched it, and the YouTube video has gotten over 1 million views. So it's just something that's trending right now. But so the discussion was just about, you know, this guy, was he wrong to tell her this? But in the course of them having the conversation about this young lady, and the fact that she's 35 with a teenage son, and because she's an entrepreneur and she makes 6 figures, she really would like to connect with someone who is also 6 figures. So, you know, so the discussion was about that, and I actually watched the entire show, the original show, and so the topic came up about, you know, how she would rate herself. So to some people, you know, rating yourself in regard to looks, you know, it's whatever. But when it comes to males, men, biologically, men are visual people. So I guess it's fair. So in that context, it's fair. So he asked her, what do you rate yourself? And she said, well, you know, waking up in the morning, a 5. But after I get myself together, maybe a 6. And so, so for me, as someone who works in the makeup industry as a quote unquote makeup artist, um, and so for those of you that don't know anything about me, I'm Akua Auset, and I'm the author of Superwomen and Goddesses, Workin Your Power Magic, and the creator of Auset Beauty, and have are known by many people as a celebrity makeup artist. I've worked with over 100 celebrities, um, starting, decades ago. So, I'm one of those makeup artists that was around before they came up with the MUA antonym. So that's my background. And so in listening to this conversation, I'm just taking it in, and he just points out the fact that, and then later it comes up again in the conversation that, that she wasn't being honest about putting herself out there, because she doesn't look the way that she looks naturally without the long weave. And he said the Cupid doll eyelashes and, the full makeup. Now, her cosmetics didn't seem that heavy to me. But in the conversation, they weren't so much talking about. So the conversation that I saw was kind of a commentary on the actual video. So in the commentary on this particular video, the conversation was just about, the statement was, when women are covered, they're being liars. In other words, when women wear excessive makeup, they are liars. So I thought that was a really, really profound statement. So I thought it would be a juicy topic. So before I go into, how I feel about that in the background, I wanted to just share with the audience what you all said. So I'm going to go to my Facebook page and just share with some of the comments that people made. So again, the post is agree or disagree. Women who wear excessive makeup are liars. So one person said, this should be a good one. I don't think they are liars. Some use it to enhance their beauty. However, others use it to hide. Another person said, excessive is the key word, which indicates your real beauty is not being enhanced, it's being hidden. So many layers of paint, these people look totally different. They create different features and colors that don't exist without the makeup. How is this not deceitful? Someone else says, I personally rarely ever wear makeup. When I do, I don't wear that much. I like to think of myself as an honest person. I don't think, though, if you wear excessive makeup, you are a liar per se. I think many people who do are trying to actually hide from something. I'm ready to be yelled at by people now. Okay, so let me, there were other comments. So it's just really interesting, everyone's perspective. So that's why I even posted this, because I was just really curious about what everyone would have to say. Okay. Okay. So someone else said, since we're on the topic, what about fake nails, fake hair, eyelashes? I get it. There's so much pressure on women to look a certain way, and advertisers play on this. Someone else said, I agree, but to themselves. It's a sign of patriarchy, programming, and resulting insecurity that comes with it. And then another person said, I disagree. Some of them feel self-conscious about the imperfections, perceived or actual, in their skin. Some of them fear looking basic, see natural as ugly, have fallen for what society considers pretty or feminine, but that's just my 2 cents. What do I know? All right. Okay, so those are the comments from Facebook. Let's go over to Instagram, see what people on Instagram have to say. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say. So, okay, first comment on Instagram. It's either makeup or fake up. I love seeing that pretty face though, either way. Someone else said, makeup is personal and a fun part of being a woman to me. For many women, makeup has made them feel seen and beautiful, the opposite of being liars. I hope this isn't a session trashing women for their choices. This we don't need. Okay, and the final comment that I'm going to share is a year ago, or maybe even 6 months ago, I've said they're liars and fakes. And she did like a laughing emoji. I've since come to believe this: excessive makeup wearers, non-makeup wearers, man, woman, superhero, Dems or pubs, whatever the chosen title, we all have our own uniquely unfolding paths. So it isn't for me say, I think she meant, it isn't for me to say if they're liars. I got my own stuff to sort out. All right. So that's the has had to say from here on out. What do you say? So the first thing to consider for me is the context. So, and one thing that I noticed is that people really didn't read the statement. So I'm going to say the statement again. Agree or disagree. Women who wear excessive makeup are liars. So that's the actual statement. So for me, I think that before I could say I agree or disagree, I would have to know the context. What is the context? Who is this woman? What is excessive? Like, everything's relative. What is, what would that look like? What does she have the makeup on for? So I would have to know all of those things. Like, just based on the post, I would need more information. I couldn't agree or disagree based on that information because it's not enough information. However, in the context of this conversation, and I'll mention I had never heard of this gentleman before, but his name is Kevin Samuels. And I was on the commentary of Kevin Samuels' show with Boyce Watkins and about 6 other people. And so in the context of the conversation, where the young lady was seeking guidance from this gentleman, Kevin Samuels, who's an image consultant, and I watched the entire interview. So purely based on that context, that she came to him for advice, that she felt that she just needed some guidance. She's a 6-figure entrepreneur, and it seemed that if she dated men that made less money than her, she was just concerned about, I didn't really understand the concern, about them becoming business partners. And then so Kevin just started to ask her many, many questions and tried to, from a 6-figure man's point of view, and probably the type of man that she's actually looking to marry and have more children with, because she said her goal was to get married and have children. So he was just giving her very, very direct. I feel it was a bit brutal. It was a bit brutal. In the beginning, it was very direct, but it eventually became brutal. So, but in that context, if she's looking for a gentleman of his earning potential, his social status, then it is good to listen to what those types of men are looking for. And so I say in this context, he was probably correct based on the type of gentleman she's looking for. However, it's just like, who can really make a judgment on what someone does if it gets them the result that they desire? So he was saying, based on the type of gentleman that you are looking for, this look is not going to work. And as well as just a few other things, but we were talking about specifically women who wear excessive makeup are liars. So in the context of the commentary, just across the board, women who are looking to secure a protector and a provider, someone who will adore them, for the long haul, to really build financial success and generational wealth and all of that. What we hear from those types of men, and so everyone that desires to get married may not fall into that particular category. And of course, there are exceptions to every rule and all of that. But generally, I have heard and observed that men that are looking to marry women in that way are not normally attracted to women who wear. So for me, excessive to me is RuPaul. When I think of RuPaul's Drag Race, so, and as a makeup artist, like, just so that we're on the same, we're looking at the same thing. I would say when we're painting ourselves and the end product looks like RuPaul and the contestants on that show. And so that look is really popular now. So that look. So I obviously have cosmetics on. But I've applied it in such a way that if I were to take everything off, I still look like myself. So when I wash my face, I have not altered the shape of my nose. I haven't altered really the shape or my lips. I've accentuated my natural lips. I've accentuated my eyes. I've accentuated my brows. So pretty much when I wash this off, people are not going to get a big shock, like, whoa. In fact, I personally remember in I actually had a friend in junior high school, and I just remember that she really wore heavy makeup, and she did it so beautifully. But for me, it was heavy. And on the days that she was running late, it was a huge transformation. And I've seen Oprah's transformation. So again, in terms of the context of being out in the world and looking to connect with someone who you may potentially select as a husband or wife, a mate, like, you really want to get down to like the brass tacks of who they are. And for men, if men are visual and everything's going to be about that physical attraction, so sorry, that's just biology. So it just is what it is. It may or may not be fair. It may not be something that you like, but men are visual creatures. And if you're looking to, connect with someone, looks or attraction is going to matter. So, and, everybody has their standard of what's beautiful to them. And Sometimes it's wrapped up in what their family members look like. Sometimes it's wrapped up in, who they liked as a crush, just there are no hard and fast rules in terms of like what's beautiful, what's attractive. That's very personal. But I just remember thinking to myself as a very young girl that I never wanted to wear, and this is me, it doesn't have to be you or anybody else, but just for me, I just never wanted to wear so much cosmetic that it altered how I look. So, and this is someone, so you look at me now, and yes, I'm an attractive person. So I'm not even going to play games. And I know some people will probably say, oh, it's easy for you to say, but I didn't always feel attractive. In fact, in junior high school, I was teased. I was teased for being light skinned. I was teased for having buck teeth. I was teased. So being a very sensitive child, I actually felt ugly growing up. So I didn't have that going for me. I didn't have that feeling of being beautiful, so I don't have to wear makeup. My thing is that I didn't want the reaction from people when I didn't have cosmetics on versus when I do have cosmetics on. I didn't want the reaction to be, damn, like I didn't want that, like, so that was just something I footnoted in my head. And I even remember just the act of putting on, oh, it's interesting, my video is slowing down. This is interesting. Hold on. This is really weird. Uh-oh. That's weird. Like it just went away and came back. Okay. So that was really weird. It just went away and came back. Yeah, so I was just about to say that I just remember when I first began to experiment with makeup that even the putting eyeliner on my upper eyelid, like for me, that was changing my appearance too much. So I think the statement, women who wear excessive makeup on the level of RuPaul's Drag Race contestants, like that level. And really, as a drag queen, you really are telling a lie. I am a man trying to look like a woman. So that is, it's illusion, it's not true. So that would be a lie. So if I'm changing, drastically changing and hiding features so that I look like a completely different person, then I can see how that statement would be, it's pretty much on the money. You are telling a lie. So in the context of connecting with people to forge even a short term, even if it was a night or a week or, certainly a lifetime, you want to know who you are dealing with. So I even think about things like hair color or like, or people that are getting enhancements in breast and butts and just, it's not telling the truth of who you are naturally. So, and that's not to say that we can't enhance what we have. And so on just some level, if you are in the context of connecting with people, um, in a relationship, it's good to tell the truth. It's a good place to start. Um, yeah. So, uh-oh, there's Johnny. Hi, Johnny. You found us. I was just about to. I was just about to sign off. I see Johnny's audio is connecting. Hi, Johnny. I actually read one of Johnny's comments.
What's up, Akua?
Hi, how are you?
Okay.
You missed my whole commentary, but I'm so happy that you're here. We're recording for YouTube because I couldn't figure out how to do the YouTube live. So thank you for finding me over here on Zoom.
Why? What did I do? I typed your name in YouTube, and your page came up. Perfect. And it directed me to the link. I clicked the link. Then when I clicked over, it asked me for a password. So I had to go back. Got the password in order to connect live with you.
Yeah, I didn't plan this very well. I just didn't think YouTube Live would be as like any more difficult than Facebook Live or Zoom. So my bad. But so glad to have you. So I was just signing off and was giving people my perspective, but I wanted to just ask you, since you joined us and you're live, what your initial response to my post, agree or disagree, women who wear excessive makeup are liars.
I would definitely have to agree with that, because it's not a representative of your true self, maybe, and I think I'm kind of biased. There are some men who probably like that, or maybe some women even who like that, a lot of makeup. But I think I'm kind of biased. I'm more so of the purists. I'm not going to name this person's name, but there was a young actress, and I can see why she wears a lot of makeup, because she has a lot of acne. I mean, like extreme case of acne. But this one female actress, she posted a picture of her face, and I think she has a condition, though, which causes her to wear a lot of makeup. But I think that's an extreme case right there.
Yeah.
But on average, I would say that wearing excessive makeup, you are lying to the public and to yourself to some degree.
Yeah. I can definitely see that perspective. So, it's funny. I was just sharing my background with makeup and the fact that I don't even like the term makeup, first of all. So let me just clarify why I don't like the term makeup, because I feel like when you make up for something, it's like an apology. It's like you've done something wrong and you're making up for it. So I don't even like the premise of that context of putting on cosmetics. Makeup means you're apologizing or making up for something. So I don't really like that. But some people actually use makeup to make up for something because they perhaps don't feel as beautiful. Like you said, they may be dealing with skin issues, and it's their way of putting on a mask and creating a mask that looks more appealing to themselves and the vision that they, the face they give to the public. So for me, being a makeup artist who actually creates makeup, and I actually call makeup cosmetics, because in the word cosmetics is the word cosmos, and cosmos means order. And so with me, when I call it anointing my face, so I'm definitely wearing cosmetics. Me, when I anoint my face, it's a ritual. So cause order and rituals kind of go along together, and everything that I put on my face heals my skin. And I'm just accentuating what my face looks naturally. So my thought is like, I want my cosmetics to look like the way I would look if I was drinking lots of water and I was working out and there's like a natural blush to my face and I'm getting enough rest, I'm eating vegetables. So even in my style as a makeup artist, my goal has always been to make women look pretty, beautiful. And even when I do brides, I want that groom, the bride's future husband, to recognize her and to be like, yes, that's the woman I, want to be my wife, I've chosen, and, so I want her to be recognizable. So, so I totally understand your perspective. And I think, it'll upset a lot of people. I was reading some of the comments before, and maybe you'll watch this again, but one of the first comments I got was, makeup is personal and a fun part of being a woman to me. For many women, makeup has made them feel seen and beautiful, opposite of being liars. I hope this isn't a session trashing women for their choices. We don't need. So I agree. And Johnny, I was explaining to them, where I got this from. It was a YouTube video that I watched last night. And it was this man giving advice to a young woman. And she was, really done up. And her goal was to connect with a six-figure earner like herself. And she had plans of getting married and having children. And so he was just giving her some guidance. And he just, was just basically saying, well, you don't look like yourself because you've got this weave and the lashes and all of that. So so when I saw that, I just felt so much love and compassion for her. So I would never use this topic as a way to bash or insult or trash other women. I actually feel compassion because this woman is looking for a protector, provider, someone who will adore her. And so, everyone just wants to be loved. So, it's not for me to criticize, but I feel like if people are looking for guidance, and that's what I was saying before you came on, that in the context of women looking to connect with potential husbands, then it makes sense to present the best of yourself that would attract them to you. And if your future husband is not one that likes, for me, and the amount of makeup is relative, because there's no makeup, there's like natural makeup. I would say I have, very natural, speak of you. Yeah, I have a natural look. And then there's just levels beyond that. So I said basically that RuPaul Drag Race contestant level of makeup that I see women doing, like that for me is the excessive. Where
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that you were bringing up the topic to bash women, because that's not in your character, So I think that you were bringing it up to ask some important questions and, to bring to light to something that, a lot of people may have some concerns about, though, So I think that you brought it up to empower, just to gather more information,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, I want to win and I want to see everyone else win. And it's just like, if someone says, Akua, like, I can't release these last 10 pounds. Well, what are you eating? Well, I'm eating, walnuts. I love nuts. And, every now and then I'll, eat cookies right before bed. So then I would be like, well, maybe instead of eating nuts, do this. Instead of eating that before bed, eat it this time and maybe work out. Like, so it's more just giving you information to help you get what you want. So yeah, I just think that we've really got to get to a place where that we're able to take constructive feedback.
Yeah.
And not feel that someone's trashing you, or, you know, because the world depends on us getting together in families. So if we don't get that right, we're not going to exist as a culture anymore. So this is kind of important. So
yeah, I think that, you know, in this day and age, we got so, well, not only, not, I mean, women in particular, they got so much coming at them. You know, you got to look a certain way. You got this star looking that like that, and you know, you got uh, you know, these reality shows with these women fighting and wearing long hair, weave, and nails. And I saw where, uh, you know, speaking of the lashes, you know, when women put on those eyelashes, they wear them a lot, and that can, you know, damage their eyelids, you know.
oh, yes.
And a lot of time, and in one case I heard where, uh, you know, women wearing those long nails and constantly putting that glue in their fingers, that causes cancer and stuff like that. So, you know, I get it. Women want to look beautiful, you know, outside as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think the women that run in those circles, whereas they feel as though they got to have all that, they haven't been exposed to someone like you that has a background like you that could show them another way of doing things without endangering themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree. I actually have an associate who is in a reality show called Ready to Love. And so I have been watching it just because he's on there. And you know, my first thought was most of the women just look so, oh my gosh, like on a stage, like on Broadway, you know, they would probably look gorgeous, but just one-on-one in real life, I just thought, where are you in there? Like, and these are really beautiful women. Like if you took it all down, just pulled it back a little bit, they were all, but, and I agree with you that I think a lot of women are just looking at entertainment.
Yeah.
Instead of real life women who are happily married to protectors, providers, and adoring husbands. Because a lot of times what you see in these movies and on these shows is very dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, and I really appreciate your compassion, just in terms of saying, you know, women, we have a lot coming at us, and we're just trying to, you know, be taken care of, loved, you know, be our best selves. And sometimes we just don't know.
Yeah. And you know, you women, you all have a lot coming at you from advertisers and, you know, this, that, and the other, this brand, that brand, designers, designers of shoes,
Yeah.
that have a certain bag, Louis Vuitton, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I just look at me yesterday. Uh, yeah, I got up early in the morning and I took the clippers and just cut my hair, and then I shaved it and I was done. Yeah. You know, I felt happy though, you know.
And how much was it? $20?
I already had I already had the clippers, so I mean, the razors probably cost like a pack of 12, like maybe $4.
Yeah.
You know, and I was done. Yeah. You know, I cut my hair and then I shaved it off. Mm-hmm. Then I went on about my business though, you know. So, and I get it too. I get it, you know. It takes a lot being a woman. I hold you all in high regard, you know. So, yeah, women, they want to look nice. They want to smell nice. And they want to attract the right people in their lives though. So, you know, you guys, well, not guys, ladies, you go hard at it, just to maintain, just look decent. And not necessarily, that you want a guy, but just to look good for yourself and feel confident when, hey, I look good even when I'm walking out the house. Even if walking in your living room and you just started singing like Whitney Houston or something, pretending that you're Whitney Houston, you just want to look good though,
Yeah, yeah. And I, and this is my, I don't know, advice, if anyone cares, is that I feel most beautiful and I'm most attractive when I feel good and I'm taking really good care of myself. The cosmetics that I create, I actually create them so that your skin is so well taken care of that you won't need to cover your skin with cosmetics because your skin is so beautiful. Like I don't wear foundation. So my goal is to take care of my body and my hair and everything so I don't have to cover up. And, so I just wish we would focus more on being healthy. And in the meantime, like if your skin is jacked up, absolutely. In the meantime, get that concealer. If you had a long, hard night, lighten up those shadows. But the whole point was excessive. I've seen I have to be honest. I look at some of these people with these lashes and I'm like, are you serious? Like, ooh, like what kind of person are you attracting into your world? Is this person going to be someone that actually, will have and think the best of you? And yeah, so it's really out of compassion. It's kind of like, our daughters, our sisters, sis, come on here, consider this. Have you thought about this? It's just about us having compassion, never trashing. So
yeah, and like I said, I think that you're approaching it in that way, and I think, just like I said, a lot of the younger ladies haven't crossed paths with a lady like you, because you're not the only one out there like yourself.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have contemporaries out there that you collaborate with, but they haven't crossed paths with those circle of women. So they don't know any better. And just like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, when you know better, you do better. He put two glasses in there in front of somebody, one filled with dirty water and one filled with clean water. And the person's gonna naturally choose the clean water, because they know better. They know that water is dirty. They know that this is clean. So again, they haven't crossed paths with women in your circle.
Yeah. And then too, if you're not strong enough in your sense of self, you will see all of these trends, all of the YouTube tutorials, and just see that everyone else is doing it. So maybe this is the thing to do. And I know for myself, I was never like a peer pressure. In fact, I'm the opposite. If everyone else is doing it, I tend to want to do something different. So, but for those that are like just wanting to be part of the crowd and be accepted, I can see how all this information is confusing because everybody's doing it. I would, a lot of people on TV and on, YouTube, there's a whole YouTube culture of this whole baking and strobing drag queen makeup for the ladies. And so the drag queen makeup started out for the males trying to look like females. So for them it would be appropriate because they are pretending, they are telling a lie. But we've taken it on and we don't need that. We already have feminine features, so we don't need, and that heavy, excessive RuPaul drag race makeup actually makes us look hard. And just in terms of, again, the context of this lady's looking for guidance to connect with a six-figure gentleman that she could marry and have children with. So again, that's the context. So a man like that more than likely wants a feminine, soft lady that will represent him and his family name well. Yeah, so there's that. So that's pretty much, I think I've covered every way that I wanted to cover this. But so yeah, I think my thing is to continue to give information and teach people how to be beautiful naturally, so you don't have to put on the mask.
So, well, let me ask you this. So once you come across a young lady who has, done all the extra stuff with the long nails, long lashes, makeup and everything. And then, you cross paths, she meets you for the first time, and you probably explain to her the difference in using your natural products that, accentuate what she already has. Are they willing to accept the information that you're giving them, or do they kind of have like a pushback, or well, I'm good, blah blah blah, or what have you?
Well, it's interesting. I think the generations are different.
Yeah.
And so I probably 7.5 times out of 10, everyone that used to sit in my chair would say, I'm not a makeup person. So like everybody would start with that. So this generation has really gotten into like the beat phase. And I really feel like that RuPaul's Drag Race show has created a culture, a look. So now the young ladies of this generation, they're very comfortable and masterful at transforming their face with cosmetics. So I have had young ladies that I've done for prom, and they pretty much trust what I have to do. And, every time they love what I do because they look beautiful. They look feminine and beautiful. So, and I may do just a little more dynamic, but my goal is always to make them look prettier. So yeah, they're always happy. I don't get pushback. I did one time work with this celebrity. I'm not going to mention her name. I've mentioned this before, but I was brought in because she wears that heavy drag queen, that heavy beat, they call it. So the person that brought me in said, you do really beautiful, pretty makeup, and I just want her to look fresh and pretty. And so so I came in and she looked at it and she's like, oh, it's very pretty, it's very nice. She says, it just doesn't feel like enough. I really got in that moment that she's hiding. Hiding. It didn't feel like enough because she still looked like herself. And I think not enough is probably she wanted to look like something other than herself. And the person that brought me in was like, oh, it's beautiful. And I thought, oh my God, it's gorgeous. But yeah, she said it doesn't feel like enough. So so maybe there are many that maybe have grown up not feeling beautiful, and this mask that they create is beautiful. So I just think that's something else. And for me, I've worn wigs before, and I couldn't wait to get home and rip it off. Like for me, a wig felt like bondage. It's like, women, like even when it comes to wearing a bra for women, like you hear so often, you can't wait to get home and just take it off. For me, wearing like a mask of makeup just would feel like bondage. But I think some people may get accustomed to that just because they don't feel comfortable it doesn't feel like enough. They've got more. So that's some other stuff that has to be worked on. I think that's just.
And another thing too, over time, if they continue to use so much, doesn't that have a detrimental effect on their skin? Well, especially as they age, going, into their, I want to say mid-30s and beyond.
Well, if it's not Auset beauty cosmetics, yeah, that, a lot of that toxic crap will wreck your skin. And a lot of women will also say, I'm not a makeup person because it breaks me out, because there are women that have experienced using those cosmetics with like the not so great ingredients, and it can damage. So wearing my stuff, that wouldn't happen, but yeah. So yeah, but at the end of the day, I believe people come to this earth and have the choice to be, look, do, feel whatever they choose. We have free will to do whatever. But just know, if you're looking for a certain effect or have a certain goal, there may be a formula or recipe for that. So, so if you are a woman looking to secure a protector, provider, husband, adorer, you may want to find out what that type of man will find attractive. Hopefully that's who you are naturally,
Yeah.
You don't have to pretend and put on. You can just be yourself.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest pieces of advice my mom gave me. Be yourself. Because you got to be that for the rest of your life with that person. Yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like the old Teddy Pendergrass song, you can't hide from yourself.
I have to put that on.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't hide from yourself. Everywhere you go, there you are.
I know. I'm gonna put that on later. So yeah, I'm laughing because I was today is Monday. Monday's like my me day, my goddess day, and so today I was just doing some some stuff around the house, and I've had a good times. I've had good times playing all day long. So now you're mentioning Teddy Pendergrass, like Flashback Monday. Good times and Teddy Pendergrass. So all right, well, I have been on for almost an hour, so I'm gonna end this. But thank you, Johnny. Thank you for your input. It really.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Yeah, because I was looking for the channel and everything. I was like, maybe I should type in her name on YouTube, and then it came up because I was looking for it on Facebook. I didn't see a link.
And did you see the? So you definitely saw in the comments the link that I was. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the YouTube page on Facebook, but there was no link for me to just click, and then it'll take me to YouTube. So I just went to YouTube, and then typed in your name, and then and then your page came up.
And the Zoom link.
I said I'll log in because I told you I was,
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
You're more than welcome.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I look forward to seeing all your comments in the comment section, and hope this was inspiring and helpful, and everybody feels validated and not trashed or beat up or like, oh, they're always beating up on Black women. Well, we don't mean to, we just, I'm open for feedback all the time. So I'm not sensitive for feedback. When I have several mentors. So if I have a goal and I'm not achieving that goal, I have mentors that I am open to whatever feedback they have to give me. So, yes. So.
All righty then. It was good talking to you, Akua. Good seeing you. And you have a great rest of the evening, okay?
You too.
All righty.
Night.
Bye now.